to one and all. So am I audible, Amma? Am I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, Ma, if any inconvenience, you please keep quiet, Amma. So as the signal strength is very weak here, so please be wait and please be calm. Right. So just for today, today's class, Amma, for Monday onwards, we are no problem. No. Right. Anyway, so as we discussed earlier in the previous classes from Monday to Wednesday, so we already covered. So we already covered uh, the basic equations of your curved beams, right? The basic equations of curved beams, and also we discussed that some of the assumptions. So some of the assumptions in case of your curved beams. But in the curved beams, you please observe that. As we discussed earlier in the class, those equations are purely experiencing the bending stress. I hope you understand, and we are using the bending stress equation also, right? As in case of your circular section, rectangle section, trapezoidal section, or whatever the cross section it is, right? We are experiencing only a bending stress, and we solve the equations of a direct stress, that is tensile and compressive, and we also derive the equation for H square for various cross sections, right? So till now we discussed only these points, Amma. And we also subjected to solve the problems, and some of you are getting problem in regarding calculation of your what we call trapezium, and I ask you to verify your centroid or standard cross section of your any other trapezoidum textbook regarding of your trapezoidum section, so that it is easy for you. I'll tell you that, and also ask you to come up with your doubts on Saturday's class. So anyway, so before proceeding of your doubts, Amma, you try to post your doubts on your chat box, so that I try to cover all your doubts at the end of the session or from the uh, next class of the beginning session. So I try to sum up all of your doubts, and we try to, as per as time concern, Amma, because the signal is very, very big, so that if at all time permits me, so that I try to cover in this session itself only all of your doubts. So please try to post your doubts, all your doubts on your chat box. That is my sincere request, right? So you please observe that, before you proceeding for your remaining sections, remaining problems. There is only problems, there are no other derivations we are having. Simply we are having another model of the problem. As I already told you that, uh, in case of your curved beams, we are having two types of problems, especially with respect to your what we call central axis and mean radius of curvature. Central axis and mean radius of curvature. We are having two types of models of problems we are experiencing in case of your curved beams, right? And one set of problems are purely based on your bending stress, right? Directly apply the bending moment. The value is given, and directly we apply the bending moment formula in the given equation. And the second point is, and second type of model is whenever you are having a direct stress, because everywhere we are not having only bending stresses, because we are not having only standard cross sections like your rectangle, triangle, circular section. Likewise, suppose you are having crane hooks or chain links or any other objects which are having more amount of the curvature, so if that is the case, what you supposed to do? That is the question, Amma. So those questions will be covered so in these sessions, right? So it is very easy, no need to worry, but just simple formulas. I mean, only one formula change, remaining things as it is. Remaining thing is as it is, right? We suppose in case of your, while you are designing of a crane hooks or chain links or any other devices which are having more amount of the curvature, it experiencing a direct stress. In addition to that of your bending stress, it experience a direct stress also. So we have to consider the direct stress also, right? So I supposed to see the equation of your crane hook, so that it is easy for you to understand. So if it is not recording, Amma, you please observe that whether it is recording or not, Amma. If at all it is not recording, please mention me so that I will correct myself. Because in the last class, Monday's class, we did not, I mean, it is not recorded. So that is the reason why I'm asking, Amma. So these trapezoidal problems and circular section problems, all this, okay, thank you. So thanks for your response, Amma, right. Okay, anyway. Now this is the equation we're supposed to observe here, right? So resultant stress in a curved bar subjected to direct stress and bending stresses. So I already explained that. So in our previous sections, we only consider the bending of the curved beams or curved bar sections, which are subjected to only pure bending, which are subjected to only pure bending. We please observe. So that is the reason why I keep on saying that observe the equations thoroughly. If you observe the equations, then only came to know what is actually happening on that particular component. Otherwise, as an engineer, if you only by heart the equation or if you only practice the equation, as there is no use, only you remember the values. Right? As a design engineer, it is very must uh, what kind of a stresses or what kind of a load that particular component will experience. So it is mandatory and it is a duty of a design engineer. It is a duty of an engineer, design engineer also. You please remember, right? So in the previous section, in the previous problems or in the previous derivations, what we observe, stress across the cross section only bending stress, which is due to bending moment. So you please observe that we only practice bending stress, right? We already directly take the tensile stress and compressive stress value and directly substitute in the given relation while you're solving the problem. Especially, please observe or you please verify after having of this session, especially, right? So only we consider the bending stress. Right now, what happens if you're having the curved beams like crane hooks and uh, chains, which carries only vertical loads, right? So whenever you're having a vertical load, so definitely there is a bending stress as well as a direct stress. You please observe this point carefully. Please observe this point carefully. So whenever you are having a vertical loading condition, because while you are designing a machine component, it has to be satisfy the desired condition of a engineer or to the society, right? You are not supposed to design your machine component as per your convenience. You please remember that point, Amma. You please remember that point. It is not meant for as per your convenience. It is meant for the society. So that if you want to design a more amount of curvature, radius of curvature, right? So what happens if it carries a vertical loading condition or any other loading conditions? So you have to think on that particular manner. You please don't follow blindly the path what they said exactly in your previous results. You have to think on your own way. What is the results? What is the things will happen in addition to the top bending stress? Are you getting my point? I am saying that in previous class only bending stress equation, but nobody in the section asked that, sir, why only bending stress equations we are applied? What happens if we are having the horizontal loading conditions, or what happens if we are having the vertical loading conditions? No problem if you are not asking or anything, but simply at least you have to think yourselves at least in order to become a good design engineer. Okay, anyway. So if the case we're having a vertical loading condition, we also consider stress value that is experienced by the loading direction. That is the direct stress in addition to that of your bending stress. In addition to that of your bending stress. So resultant stress or whatever. That means resultant means total stresses. So total stress will be calculated as direct stress and bending stress. So direct stress means sigma naught and bending stress means sigma B. You please understand the terminology. So already you know that the formula and after substituting the given equation, directly you are having 23.11, the equation finally. Please remember the final equation, that is sufficient. No need to worry. What kind of a loadings are experienced here? That is the basic point here. So you consider both the loading, I mean both the stresses value. One is the direct stress value and second one is the bending stress value as your previous problems or previous sections, whatever it is. Anyway, so you will get the final resultant value will be P by A plus M by A into R of 1 plus R square by H square into Y by R plus Y. So this is your final equation. This is the only thing, Amma, you will observe. The difference will be observed only in this point, Amma. The remaining things are common things. So what is meant by P and what is meant by A? These are the common things. What P means is the loading condition, and A is the area of cross section, and M is the bending moment, and R is the radius of curvature, and H square is your standard cross section value, and Y is the centroidal distances. So you please observe the equation once, so that what is the differences you are experiencing. So only differences I think so you please observe that by referring of your notes what I circulated, what is the difference between in this equation. You please observe that what is the difference between in this equation and your previous equation. The difference is important, Amma. You please observe the difference. You please observe the difference. So as far as my observation is considered, your difference is only P by A. Okay, very good, fine. Only your observation is P, because we are adding only addition of term, that is direct loading condition. What is the direct loading condition? Means load by area. As simple as that. There is no, so that is the reason why I told you that in the beginning of the chapter. I told you that in the beginning of the chapter, this is the very, very easiest chapter. First, you have to understand the concept of, first you have to derive the equations of your bending stresses value. If you know the bending stress value, you can apply for any type of sections or any type of problems if you learn the standard equation derivations. So same thing will be applied here, because you already derived the equation of your sigma r. We already derived the equation of your sigma r, and automatically, not sigma value, it is a resultant value. Sigma resultant. We already derived the sigma value based on your tensile and compressive stresses with changing of your positive notation and negative notations. And again here, direct loading condition is to be added. One term is added, that is direct loading condition. Now here, if P is a tensile load, then P by A will be positive. You already know this condition. If P is tensile load means, then P by A will be positive. If P is compressive load means, P by A will be negative. Then P by A will be negative. So you please observe this point, Amma. Please observe this point. So tensile load positive means your P by A will also positive. And if P value is compressive means, simply you can take it as the negative terminology. Compressive means negative, right? You can apply that compressive is a negative, right? Now if you consider a crane hook, so normally you please find that normally we are having crane hook problems. Normally crane hooks and chain links only, normally. So whenever you are having a crane hook problem, you please observe the figure, and according to that I will explain step-by-step procedure when we experiencing a problem. First thing is cross section. You please observe it is a crane hook. Normally it is a crane hook, but in a crane hook you please observe that the type of cross section that is to be mentioned in your problem. That is very, very important, Amma, especially while you are solving the problem of crane hook. You please observe that while you are solving the problem, especially this point is to be mentioned whenever. This is very, very important. Normally we are having only crane hook problems. Normally, different, not normally, you can say that at least one set of the problem, one set of the paper you are having crane hook. Definitely there is a chance. So whenever you are having a crane hook, or whenever you are observing a crane hook problem, the first and foremost thing is you please observe that what is the type of a cross section. Why I am saying that cross section, Amma? Why I am studying that cross section? Based on the cross sections only your entire equations will depend. Based on the cross section only your entire section will depend. You please observe this point. Please observe this point. Entire section will depend. Entire problem. Because already know the x square value. The x square value. So x square value depends upon your cross section. It may be a rectangle section, or it may be trapezium, or whatever it is. So you please observe the figure, and the given figure is having a explanation. We are having a crane hook which supports a vertical load, which supports a vertical load P. You can say that vertical load P, vertical load P. And the center of the curvature of the hook is at O. The center of curvature is at O. Till now we are having, okay, please observe the equation, then I will try to explain one by one. The center of curvature of the hook, the center of curvature of the hook is at O. And now let us consider a horizontal section at AC. Now you consider a horizontal section AC. So here the cross section is trapezoidal section. You please observe that here we consider a cross section AC, and the cross section AC is a trapezoidal section, and every time it is need not to be a trapezoidal section. Every time it is need not to be a trapezoidal section. You please observe this point. So I hope you are getting my points step by step. So if you understand my points step by step, then it is easy for you while you are solving the examination and while you are solving the problems also individually. Same manner, same procedure will experiencing, and same figure will be repeated every time. Same figure will be repeated only. Right. Yes, Amma. Yes. So same figure will be repeated. So same figure will be repeated, and according to that only you can analyze. According to that only you can analyze. Right? So if you're having any problem on those cases for this, but those things can be clarified while you are solving the problem. But initially you have to understand. Initially you have to understand. So what is the center of curvature, and what is the cross section? Here AC we consider a AC section. AC section may not be, here it is a trapezoidal section he considered, but in actual practice it may be any shape. So those things also it is mentioned here. You please observe that the section carries the maximum stress, and consider horizontal section AC passing through the center of the curvature of the hook, and the section carries the maximum stress, and this is the horizontal section, and it may be a trapezoidal or any other shape. So that means it could be anything. And here you please observe one point. What is your observation? So in right hand side you are having a trapezoidal section. What is your observation by looking at your object? By looking at this particular object, what is your observation? What is your observation? You please observe the figure. Please observe the figure, and what is your observation? Just simple logic you have to think by looking at the object. Just simple logic. There is a simple logic. There is a simple logic. There is a simple logic you are having. Please respond if you are observing. So that it is easy for me. Just simple logic. Just figure, observe the figure. No need to observe the figure also. Just observe the crane hook and observe the cross section. And on my right side, and for you also, for the right side, you are having a trapezoidal section. And what is your observation? Just simple, I'm asking your observation. If you observe thoroughly this point, your entire problem is over. Your entire problem is over. So don't bother every time I'm asking questions. If I'm asking the question, then only you are in a position to think that the particular point especially. Otherwise, it is simply just what we call scrolling of your PPTs. There is no use, Amma. There is no use of scrolling of PPT. So somebody is saying neutral axis and somebody is saying standard trapezoidal section. Right. Only 2 persons are observed. Only 2 persons are observed. At least 2 or 3 comments from your chat box. At least 2 or 3 responses. Any 2 or 3 responses. See, Ketadi, for not understanding that, please go back to your derivation. What is the? Somebody is on your mic. Please put off your mic. You please put off your mic as is overlapping and as our sync is very less. You please put off your mic.
నువ్వు తాత తీసిరండి బాబండి ఒకటి తీసిరారు
Somebody has your mic, so I'm observing that. So some 30417 series. So you please put off your mic as I observed that. So if at all I am observed, if at all I am giving 1 or 2, 3 warnings, definitely I am roving. I'm in a position to remove from this class, entire this period. So you please don't do that. So because I told you that the signal strength is very, very weak, and if at all if you're doing the overlapping the things means, then definitely it is very difficult for me. So anyway, right. So the observation is some students are saying that about neutral axis, and some students are saying that not some students, only one student responded, and that particular observation is in the standard trapezial section, right? Both the answers are correct, but the observation is here. It is a standard trapezoid. I already told you that it purely depends upon the cross section, and here the cross section is trapezial section. But you observe the problem, solvation of your problem. My observation is why I am supposed to ask you this question is according to that your problem. You please observe that here in this case the cross section will be like this, and your neutral axis. Please observe that neutral axis and where it is located, and please observe the central axis. That observation is required while you are solving the problem. So that is the reason why I asked you to observe this cross section. Everybody is saying that each and every person has observed it is a trapezoidal section, but thing is the position is very, very important. The position is very, very important. According to that position, your neutral axis and position of neutral axis will vary, and it is not equivalent to your previous problems. That is the reason why I already told you that in previous class, you don't worry about the position of neutral axis. It will vary according to type of section. You please remember that point. I already mentioned in your previous classes. Right? Same thing will happen here. Same thing will experience here. Same thing will happen here. Right? So you don't bother about the position of neutral axis as it will come according to the problem. Right? According to the position of your cross section, you need not worry. You need not worry about the position of y naught. That means you are having y naught formula. Do not worry. It will come according to the cross section and according to the position. The position it will happening. Sometimes as far as this equation is concerned, we are having a right hand section. Sometimes it may be reversed. In some situations, it may be reversed. It purely depends upon the type of problem. You not worry and you not by heart the things. That is the reason why I said that observation is very, very important. Observation is very, 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 very important. So I hope you understand this point, particularly. So each and everything is common, right? Your B1 value, B2 value, depth value, and R1 value, R2 value, and your R value, everything is common and everything is very much similar that of your trapezoidal section as we discussed earlier. And already we solved problems based on your trapezoidal section. Same thing is repeated here also. Same thing will be repeated here also. Okay, Nama? So you please observe this basic point. You please observe. Right. I hope everyone is understand. Right now, directly we move on to the equation. What happens if you're having this kind of cross section? Now you're having so whenever you're having a direct loading condition, so simply based on your eccentricity equation, moment of force M equal to P into A. Already you know that where P is equal to load supported by the hook and E is the eccentricity of the load. Right, and R is the radius of the curvature of the curved hook. So that the resultant stress will be sigma R equal to P by A plus same P by A. M by A P R 1 plus R square by H square I by R plus Y by R plus 5. So I told you that whenever P is tensile load, the stress is sigma by A. Now, and the bending moment will be minus P into E. Now, the equation will be resultant equation P by A minus of P in P by A plus R. Now the bending moment has produced tensile stress in cross section AA and compressive stress at cross section at CC. So same thing, Amma. In this case, he is of statement earlier. I mean, bending stress, while calculating of your tensile stress and compressive stress, we apply the same thing. But here we are having a direct loading condition at a distance. So you are having it at a distance. So that while you are calculating the moment of force, please apply the concept of moment of force P into E, eccentric loading conditions. You know the eccentric loading concept in your DMM1 and your strength of materials also. Right? See, you please remember, or I don't know how many of you are following. Again, you are asking the same question. I already told you that here it is not for one. Please observe in this statement. I already mentioned that here the section, I mean, this section is a horizontal section, may be trapezoidal or any other shape. Here only we consider only trapezoidal section. For example purpose only I consider, you may think that trapezoidal section, but it may be any of the other sections also. You will observe, so that is the reason why I said that in a crane hook problem especially, you will experiencing different types of cross sections depending upon the problem. Depending upon the problem, just for reference only, I consider, as for your experience purpose only, I consider one trapezoidal section. So later on, while you are doing the problems, you may experience different cross sections also. Even chain hook also, in case of chain hook, right? Like your C sections, like your C type chain hook also, you may have the different section. It may have the circular section, it may be a trapezoidal section. But the observation here is, it clearly specified in your problem. You need not worry. You need not worry. He specifically mentioned definitely in the examination or any other design procedure also. And as a design engineer, it's your choice whether you have to go for a trapezoidal section or whether you have to go for a what we call circular section. Purely depends upon your designer. But as far as in our syllabus concerned, as it is mentioned in your problem, you need not worry. Or at least they specified in your given figure also like this, in a specifically they mention in particularly this type of figures, so that you came to know that what type of the cross section here it is, and according to that cross section you can apply your formula, because it is a standard formula, standard equation, so that you can easily apply, right? So again and again, you please need not to repeat. Here again I am stressing that here we are not supposed to use only one trapezoidal section. We can use any other sections also. It purely depending upon your problem, based on your problem. So I hope you understand, Amma. Right? So once if you understand one problem, then you can easily, I think you can easily understand what is actually happening, this kind of crane hook problems. But procedure is very simple. Procedure is very easy. Same procedures. First thing is finding out of position of neutral axis. And the second one is directly as according to this problem by consideration of your direct loading condition. See, normally we cannot generalize it. We cannot generalize it. We cannot see, as a design engineer, you please observe that, if I am telling that, if I am doing the problems on many number of cross sections, means each and everything is best suitable for different kinds of applications. And normally, what is the purpose of crane hook? So crane hook is generally used for lifting the heavy type of loading conditions. Heavy type of loading condition, so that you may normally you can consider trapezoidal section is various purpose, means for lifting loading condition we are using trapezoidal section normally. But you don't think that you cannot use for circular section, or you cannot do, you cannot think like that for any other cross sections which are not useful one. Each and every section is best suitable for according to their particular applications. Otherwise, you please observe one common thing, Amma. In case of your what we call connecting rod, while you're designing of your connecting rod, I specifically mentioned in, you only bother about I section, you only bother about Y section. So why not I go? Why not we discuss for the other sections? Because the other sections are also available. You are having, I mean, the circular section is also available for your connecting rod. So, but only we stressfully explain that only I section is best suitable one. I section is best method of sustain. I mean, for sustaining of all kinds of your loading condition, all those things. That means only I section is the best suitable one and the best method to designing of the particular connecting that for your application, for industrial applications or any other things. Remaining cross sections are also useful, but there are less in use. But here there is no such kind of a rule, Amma. There is no such kind of a rule. You can use, but depending upon the application. Depending upon the application, normally we are using for heavy loading lifting, so that you can go for a trapezoidal. You can go for trapezoidal section. There is no worries. Normally we are experiencing a trapezoidal sections also. We observe. Normally you observe the trapezoidal sections, but still we are having other sections also, right? So this is the thing, Amma. So that is a very interesting part. At least some of you are, not some of you are. Every time the 47 is asking the questions to explaining for each and every student throughout the class, Amma. So it is a better part and better thing. So as a design engineer, it is a better quality also. As a design engineer, it is one of the best quality. So why can't we use for another sections? Why not we are using for another type of loading conditions? Right? These are the questions frequently, normally you are experiencing while you are reading of your design procedure. You please don't blindly follow the steps what I explained here. The steps that are explained here are for your design procedure, and it is also useful for examination. But as a design engineer, as a future design engineer, at least in order to make a projects for your final years things, Amma, you have to think. You have to think why we are not experiencing the other loading conditions. What happens if you're having the other type of loading conditions, or it may be neglected? Why it neglected? So all these things read carefully. Then to know that the standard design procedures, a standard design, why only these are the equations we are having, what are the equations? Then only you came to know. Otherwise, it is like simply your uh, step by step by heart procedures, right? Anyway, right. Now you please observe that one problem, one simple problem. So maybe this problem, first we observe the figure, Amma. First we observe the figure, then I will explain the problem. First you please try to observe the figure. This figure is very, very important. So in this class, just only try to explain the figure and explain some basic steps. So if you're interested, you can solve the steps, Amma, according to your procedure. According to your procedure. Figure. Please understand the figure first. Once you understand the figure, because that is the reason why we show that in the previous slide only trapezoidal section, because we are experiencing trapezoidal problem. So that now you can understand. Carefully observe the center of curvature point, Amma. Every time some standard points are important for observation. If points, then your problem is over. Then your problem is over. So that is the reason why, without showing the problem, my intention is, so I have projected this slide, Amma, for figure. This figure is very, very important. Observation of the figure is very, very important. Once if you carefully observe the figure, remaining problems are easy. So it is not meant for how many number of problems are solved. It is very important to how efficient or how effectively you understand this concept. Number of problems that doesn't matter. You can easily within 50 minutes of time you can cover 10 problems easily. Just moving up the slides one by one. There is no use, Amma. once if you are not able to get the point of or able to get the correcting the point of this particular concept. Right. Now I am explaining step by step. Please be carefully observe the points so that it is easy for you. Now, so is directly understand that it is a crane hook problem. So by looking at the figure, you can easily understand that it is a crane hook problem. Right. Next, second important point is after giving that particular problem, Amma, you please observe that what is the type of cross section. Definitely it is mentioned, Amma, you need not worry. Without mentioning the cross section, you cannot solve the problem. So that it is mandatory. It is mandatory. So this problem is over. Why? Because means you need not worry about what type of a cross section is you can select. Right? So you are having no problem. They specified. Definitely they specified. So this is the second step. Okay, Amma, are you following? So first step is simple thing is you please observe that it is a crane hook problem. Next, second step is please try to observe that what type of a cross section it is. So here it is a trapezoidal section. So immediately after identify trapezoidal section, just simply write down the formulas of what is meant by h square and all those things. Because already know that you already know that the standard formula for your h square and all those things. By right. So after observing all those things, next, you please observe that. So from the center of curvature, at the center of curvature, you are having a loading condition P. You please observe that P, a load line P is observed. That means exactly from the center of this comma, you please draw a line, and here it is a load line. You can say that it is a load line. Now, from the load line to the cross section center point, centroidal axis. You can say that centroidal axis. So are you following? This is very, very important. See, from the load line to the cross section centroidal axis. From the load line to the cross section centroidal axis, you please draw a line for verification only. It is not mandatory in your examination if you understand this concept. For your purpose, for your reference only, for your reference only, I am saying that you please observe that from the load line to the centroidal axis, it may be any other cross section. Your observation only from the load line to the centroidal axis, you please observe this point. You please observe this point. You may came across different types of problems in crane hook comma. Right? This point is very, very important. So from load line to the centroidal axis, you are having R value, capital R. So the same thing will be eccentric loading distance also E. While you are calculating for bending moment, M equal to P into E. Same thing. Right? So the concept of M equal to same P into E. So there is no discussion regarding the particular point. But here the important point is from load line to the centroidal axis. The distance is very, very important. Distance means you're not supposed to mention with respect to scale or something like that. Just simply draw a line and you please mention that it is a R. Right? Right. Fine. Okay. So this is very, very, very important thing. So already mentioned that from at point A, you are having some type of loading condition. At cross section CC, you are having another type of loading condition. Tensile and compressive alternatively, as we discussed earlier. Right? So I hope you understand up to this. I hope you understand up to this point, Amma. You are having no doubts regarding up to this point. So whenever you're having a cross section AA and CC, simply draw a line and draw a separate figure by mentioning the all the dimensions. By mentioning the all the dimensions. By mentioning the all the dimensions. Right? Now please go back to your actual problem. Right. So this is the problem. Same type of problem we'll experience in your examination also. Right? Right. You are having 3 more minutes. Okay. Anyway. So this is the problem statement. A hook carries a load of 7.5 kilonewtons. That means the P value. p-value what we are observing. The p-value what we are observing. A hook carries a load of 7.5 kilonewtons. And the load line is at a distance of 20 mm from the inner edge of the section, which is trapezoidal. You please observe this point. Here, the inner edge of the section is trapezoidal. Here it is specifically mentioned, it is a trapezoidal section. It is a trapezoidal section. The load line is also passes through the center of the curvature of the hook. The load line is also passes through the center of the curvature of the hook, and the statement will vary. You please underline the statement. The load line is also passes through the center of curvature of the hook. Because for next problem, maybe the statement may be different. So that is the reason why I asked you to please underline. Please underline. The load line also passes the center of the curvature of the hook. Now the dimensions as usual. The dimensions as usual. Right? Right. So this is the actual. So here the question is simply calculate the maximum and minimum stresses. Here the question is you have to calculate the maximum and minimum stresses. Also plot the variation of the stresses across section. What you supposed to do when you are having the stresses, plot the stresses across the cross section. Plotting the section means simply you can consider distance of y values. Y value from 0 to top end and from 0 to lower end. Lower end values. That is the plotting of your stress values. We already observed this plotting of stress distribution in your rectangle section. In rectangle section, same. See here, the steps is same, common. Each and every problem is common. Each and every procedure is common, but except this identification is very, very important. Only identification. Remaining thing is as usual. Remaining things are as usual. Right? So what is as usual means here? What asked Amma? You're supposed to calculate the maximum and minimum stresses. You're supposed to calculate maximum and minimum stresses. So make maximum minimum stresses means here maximum minimum stress means you are having a formula already, sigma equal to P by A some plus M by A into R. Likewise you are having formula. Right? If your P value is tensile, it is a positive. If it is a compressive, you get negative value. That is the only thing you will observe while you are solving the problem. Remaining things are same as it is for your previous problem. Alright, as your previous problem, as it is previous problem. So you please try to observe the figure and try to solve the problem as per your procedure. Please try to problem. Again, we try to discuss in the next class also the same problem. No worries. But my request is you please follow the procedure. If you try yourself, then only you came to know the actual problems what they are, what you are experiencing. That is the reason why I always say that you please practice. You please practice. So by reading of this particular problem, you please follow the procedure and try to solve the problem. Right? So in Monday's class, again the first hour, I try to solve this particular problem again, so that if there is any doubts, then you can clarify on the particular class, on the particular class. Right? Meanwhile, you please try yourself. Meanwhile, you try yourself. Right? Please, 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 you have to try. You have to try. You have to try. This why I am saying that means why I am my sincere request is why I am again and again saying that is crane hooks are repeatedly they are asking. Crane hooks are repeatedly asking in the examination. Right? If you understand one problem, entire problems are same manner you are doing. Same mannerly, same manner. So that is the reason why I am asking you, please follow a procedure and please try to solve problem on your own way. Then I will try to explain on Monday's class. In addition to that, you are having again chain hook also. So we try to cover chain hook problem also on the particular section and Monday's class. So please observe the equations and try to solve the problem. But don't copy because already you are having the answer, you are having the notes, so that you please don't copy the answers. Please don't copy the answers. Right, anyway, so So please try yourself for this particular problem. I don't think you are having any difficulty regarding this particular problem, but anyway, you try. If there is any difficulty, if you are feeling difficulty or not, again, I am repeatedly saying this particular problem on Monday. Again, I am repeating, no problem. But for understanding purpose only, I ask you to do the sum. Okay? Right. So anyway, so thanks, Emma. Thanks for your responses. And thanks for your patience also. Okay, you can leave the hall, Amma, or you can leave the meeting. Right. Thank you.